Welcome to the Stealthy Crafter. I'm Jessica, and today we are doing a Wip Chat. If you're new here and you don't know what WIP stands for, it stands for Work in Progress. Excuse me. And what happens during normally happens during a Wip Chat is that you can bring out your own whip, or you could do chores or drive around, or even just sit on the couch and just listen to me ramble about what's been going on during my week. With that being said, I'm so sorry. Made sure to point that away from the mic. I am so sorry. But with that being said, I hope you guys are doing well. I apologize for how late this is. I was hoping to get this up earlier today, but that didn't happen. And then because I had a doctor's appointment yesterday, so I couldn't do any recording. And I was hoping to do stuff during the weekend and just have an earlier Whip and Chat. But my kids, they weren't the quietest of the bunch, so that didn't happen either. And then I had plans to do it early in the morning and try and have an evening Whip and Chat. And of course, my oldest decided that was the perfect time to get sick. So I'm finally doing it in the evening once the kids aren't in bed. So I'm asking them, please, I'm not saying be quiet, but please don't be disruptive. So if you do hear noises and stuff, I apologize. But yeah, I'm still working on oraloa. I've gotten the top done. I'm on the sides. I'm about to work on the bottom here, and then I'm going to go right back at the top, and I'm really enjoying it so far. I feel like that it's going well. I decided to take this downstairs on the days where I didn't. After I posted my Whip and Chat, I didn't really feel like doing a bunch of unboxings. Unfortunately, my mood kind of went down afterwards, and I decided to stay downstairs, and I did a lot of diamond painting downstairs, but on this one instead of my Morgan. But I brought this back up, and now I can work on Morgan yet again downstairs, and this can stay upstairs. But yeah, I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you guys didn't go crazy this weekend over the Diamond Art Club Halloween stuff. It was so hard for me. Like I would say I had 3 that I wanted to get, but I limit myself to just one, and it's the one that you're kind of surprised of. I normally would go for other stuff, but I've been kind of getting into Marilyn Cazenave and all of her cute little animals and stuff like that. I've been starting to get into that, but it's like a specific type. It's the fall ones that got me specifically this year. So I got into those 2 that's off Amazon, and then yesterday was like the magic one that I bought like on Saturday. So I got that one. I wanted to get the fall wreath one, but that one was already sold out. And I was just like, darn it. But it's okay. But I wanted to get like some of the Randall Spanglers. I held off on the Haunted House Randall Spangler one because I'm really holding on to the fall one. I wanted to get that one instead. But I would like to get the Haunted House one. But if I had to pick between the 2, it would probably be the fall one. So that way I have my collection and it'd be complete. And then Diamond Art Club also decided to try and lure me in with a 25% off thing after I made my purchase. I'm like, oh, you almost got me. They almost got me. But I held strong. I went, nope, we're just going to stick with the one, and that's it. But, oh, man, I was so tempted, guys. But I will be doing another unboxing eventually this week. Actually, I probably need a little bit of more of this color, so let's just, there we go. So I'm going to try and get some unboxings done. Next week, it's kind of up in the air. My kids are out of school for the entire week, starting Friday. We have like a little half day coming up. So I will have to figure out if I'm able to do a Whip and Chat sometime, hopefully. But I want to see if I can. The keyword is try and get some unboxings done like ahead of time, but we shall see. Cross your fingers for me, guys, because I do want to unbox like this Hannah that I got. It's called Autumn, and it's a fall fairy. I love fairies, you know me. um, but yeah, I've kind of held off on doing purchases now. For the most part, I've been trying to be good, especially since I'm started going to see the doctor for all the issues that I've been having. But I'll get into that in a little bit. But my kids are doing okay for the most part. We've had a couple more instances where Michael's like repeating stuff that he's hearing at school, and we have to correct him and say, don't be repeating stuff that you hear. Come to us first if you hear something that you don't know. He has a really bad habit of being a mima bird. He just loves to mimic stuff, especially if it's something that he thinks it's hilarious. He'll repeat it up and down and all around, and I'm just like, you gotta realize what you're saying. And he doesn't realize what he's saying because he doesn't know what he's talking about. And then it's like, once we explain it, he freaks out and thinks that we're gonna get upset at him, or like, no, just please don't say it again. And then the cycle renews with another phrase or something. I swear. Excuse me. So, but yeah, so we gotten Halloween costumes for the kiddos. I still say it would be kind of cheaper to get them a bag of candy, but I know the appeal of going out and, you know, dressing up and wanting to, you know, get free candy yourself. And just, you know, it's fun. It's just so fun to dress up and everything. But we got Michael his Fall Guys costume. So we're not doing the inflatable one, but we did the hot dog one since it was just like foam and stuff. So it's so big on him, guys, but it's so adorable and it's so cute. So so it's just the cutest thing. And then like with Jaina, it took some figuring out, but she's going to be a oops, dropping stuff around. She's going to be a fox. She decided she's going to dress up as a fox. And I was just like, it's the cutest thing ever. I'm thinking about getting her some fox makeup, perhaps. I'm not entirely sure, but I think I'm going to get her some fox makeup. So let's see. What else has been happening? Oh, so the Nicole's running stuff, she's been doing really well with. She was supposed to go today, but, you know, with her being sick, that didn't happen. But yeah, she's been doing better. She says that she can now run an entire mile without having to stop for breath to walk or anything like that, which I feel like she's doing a tremendous improvement. She came home on Thursday soaking wet. Apparently they had the sprinklers turned on. They forgot to turn off the automatic sprinklers, so as she was running they got turned on and she got completely soaked. But I'm glad I got her the new leggings for her. So she is now, she says they feel really nice on her, so she likes how they feel, and it helps her out a lot, which I'm glad, because I didn't want her to wear jeans. She wore jeans earlier this week, like last week on Tuesday, and I asked her if she was going to change, and she goes, "No, I'm just going to wear jeans." And I'm like, "No, you can't just wear jeans. You gotta wear athletic gear. You gotta wear appropriate clothing for that." But yeah, so she'll be doing that this Thursday, and hopefully she's well enough to go, because this coming later on this week is also makeup picture day, and since she missed out on picture day originally, I want her to at least look nice in these newer pictures. Since she didn't have any, I'm like, this is your last chance. Please don't get sick. Come on. So, in fact, after all this, I'm going to have to go in her room and tell her that she needs to start taking a shower and getting ready for the day. Goodness, it's a lot of work I got to do this week. I'm playing catch up, not just in videos, but like with housework. I'm I I want to get started cleaning up my closet here in sometime soon and start organizing it just a little bit. I would like to maybe put like a shelving unit in there, and that way I can put all my diamond paintings that's like lined up in the hallway to back into the closet, and have it kind of a bit of more of a sorting thing because I can't sort it anymore. It's kind of hard to sort. So I think that would help me out just a little bit, but right now we can't go and make a lot of frivolous purchases, like I said. So um, let's see. I guess I could talk a little bit. We can jump all over the place. So I went to the doctor yesterday, which is why I did not have my video, my normal video up. It's usually the appointment was like right around the time I normally do a Whip and Chat. But I went in there. I was so it was so nervous. I'm not gonna do a lot of personal information. But I will tell you a little bit about what's been happening. Um, so I basically had a discussion with the PA there, and it was really nice having someone talk to me, and actually listen to me, and not just look at the my weight and everything. Which we did talk about, yes, but she's being very serious about my concerns and everything. So we didn't get to touch base on every single thing, which is okay, but I'm going back in 2 weeks because they want me to do blood work and stuff like that as well. So that's going to be fun. And in 2 weeks, it's also on a Monday. So I'm going to have to figure out how to do a Whip and Chat because I don't know if I'm going to be in the best mood after getting my blood taken. um, so luckily it's going to be more early compared to before, but it's still, I'm going to be drained, guys, literally drained. But yeah, I have blood work, I have like labs to do, and then I have to go see her for a follow up, and then like also a month follow up from there as well. But she's getting me started. She's listening to me, so we've got a couple of things for me to work on right now. One of the things that she has me started to do is I took last night. So I mentioned before, like some part of my anxiety is where I stay up late a lot. My brain just does not know how to shut up. That's the best way to say it. My brain does not, well, it doesn't know how to turn off. It will linger, and it will make me just think about every single thing I've done that day, that week, that month, that year, that decade. And then I just can't get out of it, and it takes me about 2 hours to finally fall asleep. No matter what. So and then I have troubles trying to stay asleep. I wake up almost every hour, and it's not just, and I figure it's the bed that's causing me to wake up. And that's what I told her. I'm like, that wasn't my main worry, to be honest. But I mentioned it because she was asking questions about it. So, but she wants me to have a better night's sleep. So she has, luckily this stuff does not cause sleepwalking. It's supposed to be more of an antihistamine, but she says it's short term. She wants me to use it for short term while I'm waiting for my other medications to start kicking in as well. So I'm only using it for like about a couple of weeks beforehand, and I'm allowed to stop that anytime if I don't feel like it. It's not anything to worry about. But oh my goodness, I took it last night. And I was yawning up a storm 30 minutes after I took it. It kicked in, and I was exhausted. I was sleepy and everything. And it was so weird because yeah, it took me a while to get upstairs because I was kind of fighting it, which I shouldn't have been, but I don't know why I was trying to fight it. But I went upstairs, I got ready for bed, and I laid down in bed. I literally messaged my friends, and then a few minutes later, I was out. And it was just the weirdest feeling, just falling asleep at 11:20, because normally I don't fall asleep until 1:30 in the morning, to be honest. So it's so weird to fall asleep at 11:20, 11:30. And I did wake up a lot still, but the best part was I fell back asleep. Because normally I would wake up, I would stay awake for about 10 to 20 minutes, and then go back to sleep. And instead, this time I woke up, turned, and just went right back to La La Land. So it was kind of nice, but oh my goodness, when I woke up this morning, I was just so groggy, and I had to go back to sleep after I got the kids all ready for bed. So I don't know if I will still be taking this, but it was kind of nice to be able to get some sleep, but I don't know if I'll keep taking it, to be honest, because I need to be somewhat awake in the morning for the kiddos. So but the other thing I'm taking is like because of my chest. That's what we were talking about, was like I was talking about how worried I am about having this cough, because I've been having it for about a little over 3 years, and we were going through things. She got me in for a chest X-ray. Luckily, like yesterday, it was literally after my appointment was done. I went across the floor, and I was able to get a chest X-ray scheduled in almost immediately. So, which was really nice. I finally got some of the reports back on it. It's kind of cool to see, to get emails now, of updates about it. And the good news is that they don't see anything wrong with my lungs. And I saw that they said my heart was of a normal size. I'm like, woo! Especially since I'm so worried about heart problems in my family. So I was like, oh, that's good news. But I'm not happy about having to go in for in 2 weeks, because I know what's happening in 2 weeks with the blood drawn. I have a family history of diabetes. And they've already seen that I have high blood pressure, but they're chalking that up to the fact that I was just a nervous wreck. So they're going to wait till in 2 weeks to take my blood pressure again to see if it's still that high, because it was really crazy high. But I've always had it on the high end. but I normally I can get away with it. It's not that they're just like, oh, it's a little high, but it's still within normal boundaries. This time it was way high. But but like I said, I was a nervous wreck. So they want me coming in a couple of weeks and see have me be a bit more calmer this time around. So we'll see if I have to start taking blood pressure medication like my dad. I hope not. I really hope not. And I don't want to be having them say no salt, and I'm like, salt makes everything taste better. But yeah, anyway, so some of the things that I getting looked at is because of my cough is I'm supposed to schedule a doc. I'm waiting for this office to call me back. They sent a referral to a pulmonary office specialist, so that way I can get looked at. They already sent my x-rays over there, but they're going to look to see, determine if I need to get asthmatic testing done. And I've read up about that, and I don't want to take that test, because I think that they make you cough and stuff like that, and I already cough enough as it is. They're gonna make me cough, and I don't want to breathe in this stuff that's going to do that, and along with a lot of other stuff. But that's one of the things that they're going to be testing me with. But when I come back in 2 weeks, one of the things that they already put in for me is they're going to check for post-nasal drip, and they're also going to check about what was the other thing? Oh, if I have reflux, which I'm pretty sure I don't. She asked all about the whole, do you have heartburn, yada yada yada. And I'm like, no, not really, and of course I would miss the colors. We'll get to that color back in a little bit. But she started me on these corticosteroids in the meantime, and said if the cough disappears while I'm on them, and to let her know, and then just cancel the doctor's appointment. So if I do get in with the pulmonary specialist. So, but it hasn't gone away. It's only been 1 day, so it hasn't gone away yet. It's only for 6 days. So I'm not going to stop it just because it's one day. But I had noticed other things, and I want to tell her about it because it's kind of weird because we didn't get to talk about this. I haven't gotten a chance to talk to her about my wrist, and my elbows and my shoulder pain, and like my overall basically joint pain and everything. But it's taken away my joint pain, which makes sense because it does take away inflammation, and it was weird because normally I take Tylenol and I take ibuprofen almost daily now to get rid of the pain, sometimes twice a day because it hurts so much to move my hands and my shoulders in general. And instead, like, I haven't taken any today. And I was just like, wow, this is nice. So I'm gonna let her know about that, and see if not like saying, oh, let's keep prescribing that, but just so that she knows that that's what has helped so far. And I noticed that the swelling has definitely gone down in a lot of areas that I've had, which is really nice because it's like my knee can move again. I'm able to do that, and I'm like, and been able to enjoy the fact that I can move around today. And it's only been day one, and then it's going to go down after that. Like it's like 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So, but yeah, I'm supposed to talk about all my joint issues in 2 weeks. So I'm getting on track. I'm trying to at least. Trying to get into things. She did recommend that I definitely need to go and get a therapist scheduled in, which is I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get in to see someone so I have someone to talk to because I don't want to be just always having to talk to my husband. I feel guilty always like dumping all my problems and issues on him. Although he's like, that's what I'm here for. I still feel guilty about it. Let's see what else has been going on. But yeah, like after that whole thing, it was like, goodness, my appointment was like 11:30. I didn't get out there until after 1 o'clock, and then we got home. Like when I got into the car when my husband picked me up, he had Starbucks waiting for me, which was so sweet. We haven't had Starbucks in forever. So he got me pumpkin spice latte. Well, no. Yeah, I think he got me a pumpkin spice latte. It was pumpkin spice something. There was no flavor. It just tasted like coffee. That was it. I'm like, with a dash of cinnamon. That's pretty much it. It just tasted like coffee with a little bit of cinnamon. I'm like, where's the pumpkin spice? And yes, I know, I'm basic. I'll accept it. But yeah, so he decided we could pick up something to eat too since we haven't had anything to eat, and I was like, I am hungry, I am starving, I didn't realize I was going to be stuck there for so long. And the worst part is when I go there for my lab work, I'm not allowed to have any food or drink for 8 hours, so I was like, you bet I'm going to schedule as early as I can. Because if I can't have anything to eat or drink for 8 hours, I'm going to get there as early as I possibly can. Let's see. Other news that's happened this week. So one of the things that we did this weekend was Michael wanted a puzzle, a new puzzle. So excuse me. Goodness. So one of the things he's wanted is a new periodic table puzzle because his old puzzle, the one that we got him for Christmas, is there was duplicate puzzle pieces and then also missing pieces as well. So we had to unfortunately throw that away. And he wanted a new periodic table puzzle. I'm like, okay, I figured we could do that. And as I was kind of searching around for a new puzzle, we came across this world map puzzle instead. So it was a world map with all the countries' flags underneath it. And he goes, I want that one. I want that one. And I'm like, okay, are you sure? Because it's only this or that. I'm like, you can't have both. So he goes, no, I would really like this one because he's getting back into flags again. I'm like, okay. So we got that, and I told him that it wouldn't be here until Thursday afternoon. This kid, after school's done, he comes busting through the door going, is it here yet? I'm like, it's no, not yet. He goes, but you said I'd be here Thursday. I'm like, yes, Thursday afternoon. But they changed it to late evening now. And then all day that day, is it here? Is it here? Is it here? Is it here? And I'm like, every time I would get up to do something, is it here? I'm like, no, calm yourself, kid. It's not here yet. And let's see, let's go with this color. But it finally came around 7 o'clock at night, and he was like, he wanted to open it up right away. I'm like, no, 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 we're going to do this on, we're going to start this on tomorrow. Kid acted like I said Christmas couldn't come or anything like that. So, but he was so upset at me. And I'm like, no, look, it's 7 o'clock. You guys are guys are literally getting ready for bed. You don't need to open this up and make a mess everywhere for me to just turn around and say, time to put it up. I'm like, you can play with it. You normally don't get homework during the weekends. You can play with it as soon as you get home from school. And goodness, this kid, he scared me so much on Friday. Normally when we go do pickups, he's always makes me nervous the way he stands around the cones. They have these little traffic cones, like different colors. So they usually go, they call your name and then tell you what color cone to stand by. And he always doesn't run. He always runs to it, and then he also he'll go more towards off the sidewalk between the cones in the cars instead of being on the sidewalk part. And we have drilled this into his head that what he's doing is dangerous, is not a good thing. And there's other times where he'll mess around with the traffic cone and he'll slip, and I'm just like, he's going to fall one day. This kid is looking for danger in all the wrong places. But Friday, he tried to zoom into the road. I'm like, how old are you? You're 8 years old. Why are you acting like this? I'm like, oh my goodness, this kid he's all like, I'm just so excited about the puzzle. I'm like, I understand you're excited about the puzzle, but that doesn't mean that we have to throw common sense out the door. But yeah, when we got home, I had to make him wait a little bit for it because of how he acted like that. I'm like, no, you got to do a process. Normally, I think I mentioned this before. I always tell the kids when they get home, they have to take off their shoes and put their backpacks up in the proper spot. If they're wearing jackets, the jackets need to be put up as well. And then before we do anything else, get your homework if you have homework. Fridays they don't normally do it, but no matter what day it is, you always have to take your tablet out. And if you're not using it for your homework, go get it charged, right? I have an alarm with me. In fact, it's probably going to go off in about 20 minutes or so if I'm not done with this. Let me know that I have to remind the kids to charge their tablets, because I usually have to remind them. Because sometimes all they do is they just put it at the table and then they just walk off. But yeah, he was trying to dig into the puzzle. And I'm like, no, no, no. You got to do the things that, you're supposed to do before you can have the puzzle. And he was like, oh my goodness. I'm like, yeah, I was pretty much strict on the rules this time around. And I think that was the same day when I brought all my diamond painting stuff downstairs. Because I figured I was just going to work on this. Let's see. We'll use this color next. But yeah, he worked on that puzzle all weekend, and then he of course wants me to help him out. And when he wants me to help him out, that usually means that he's done working on it and just wants me to do it. And I was refusing to just do it all by myself, because I have things I want to do. I didn't mind helping the little man out, but I didn't want to just do it all by myself. And I tried to direct him too, because I told him it would be easier if you would work the edge pieces first, and I did that Friday night. I did all of the edge pieces for him, and I did that Saturday. I worked on that Saturday for him, And I told him like it would be easier if you do this, and he was just wanting to work on the countries instead. He's like, nope, want to work on this. I'm like, okay. So I did all of the outline. I got the entire outline done for him, and I showed him like where he can put some of the countries located on the edge or near the edges. And then I tried to explain to him like the water, because he was refusing to work with the ocean because it was just too much. And I showed him, because the map had longitude and latitude lines. I'm like, if you follow the lines, that'll help you place the puzzle pieces in the correct spot. And it's just like it went in one ear and out the other. um, but but Sunday he was kind of getting frustrated with it. I came over and I helped him out again. Instead, I did all of the flags that was like at the bottom, so I gotten all of the country's flags done. Did a little bit of the water for him. But what got to the point was he was constantly climbing over me and to work on the flags. And I'm like, how about you work on the water? And start doing that, and he just refused to touch the water. And then yesterday after my doctor's appointment, and we picked up lunch and everything, I'm sitting there. The puzzle's still not complete by this point, and I'm just like, okay, I'm going to finish it. But it was mostly done already because my husband took pity on him and tried to help him out a little bit. So when I sat down, I completed the rest of the puzzle. It was like, I think it was like probably like 50 pieces left of it. So I was just like, okay, I'll get this knocked out. So he was so surprised when he saw it all done and everything when he came home yesterday. And then he tried to destroy it immediately. I'm like, wait, take a picture. Don't just like tear it apart. But nah, like I said, in one ear, out the other. Let's see. Jana tried to help him out a little bit too over the weekend, but she was kind of getting frustrated, and he kept being bossy. I had to tell him to knock it off a couple of times, because he was like telling her that she needed to help him out. I'm like, no, this is your puzzle. You need to work on it. I don't mind helping. I'm sure Jana doesn't mind helping out either, but I don't think you should be telling people that they're supposed to help you. Because Jana doesn't like Jana likes some puzzles, but she doesn't like those huge puzzles. It's not her kind of thing, and that's perfectly all right. And I don't think it's right on Michael to try and force her to do a bit of that kind of stuff when that doesn't, she's not in the mood for that. But because of the puzzle stuff, we didn't really get to do any game night things, which kind of made me sad because I was kind of looking forward to that, to be honest. So I figured this weekend we'll try and do that, and we have all week next week. Woo! But I'm hoping tomorrow Nicole is well enough to go back to school, because I would like my husband and I to be able to do something. It would be nice. I don't think it's going to be possible, but it would be nice. Especially, since, we don't really get to do too much anymore. Let's see. There's only one color. I'll just pick out this color. I'm sorry, it's starting to get dark in here. I did turn on this light to help things out, but it is starting to get a little too dark. That's another thing I noticed. The day has started getting darker now, and it hasn't gotten cooler except in the mornings. So the mornings are like 50 degrees in the morning, which is nice, but it's still 80 plus degrees in the afternoon. And I'm just like, can we have it a little bit cooler? And I was told no. No cooler. Oh man. But yeah, hopefully it'll start getting cool sometime soon. At least in the mornings, it's somewhat on the cooler end, so we can have the windows down when we drive the kids to school. Although, my goodness, my kids do not know the meaning of not being loud. There's a couple of times where we open our garage door and they just start yelling, and we're like, shh. I know we have neighbors that have kids, but we also have neighbors that don't have kids, and they're sleeping. And we want them to not wake them up. I don't want to be one of those neighbors. Oh man, goodness. But yeah, it's not all the time. It's just like for some reason when they just gotta argue, and I was just like, can you guys please not fight? I know you're siblings, but can you not? I'm almost getting done with this section here. Let's see. A couple other things that's happened this week. Minor complaint. I know this is a silly thing over everything else that has happened this week. Let's see. I'm gonna find a color first before I start talking about it. So one of the things that's happened this week is we've been needing to get our bushes trimmed. We've been asking the guy who's been cutting our grass for a little over a month, hey, we really would like you to cut our bushes. And he always forgets to bring the chainsaw every single time. So this week my husband's like, hey, the HOA is really breathing down our backs. We're going to start getting fined if we don't get our bushes cut. Could you please do so? And I have a phone call from the middle school. I'll just let that go to voicemail. So anyway, so we're like, can you please, let us know how much it's going to be to trim the bushes, and so that way we can get ready, and let us know when you're coming. He does not respond. My husband did this like Monday or Tuesday of last week. The guy doesn't respond until, excuse me, maybe about, he didn't respond until like Friday, and that was only like, I'm on my way, I'll be cutting your bushes, right? So it's like, okay. We wait, right? My husband thinks he sees the guy pull up around 4 o'clock, stay there for about maybe 10 minutes, and then drives away. But we didn't get like a message until almost 6 o'clock-ish saying, oh, I didn't realize your bushes have gotten that tall. I'm going to need a ladder. Or like, okay. The funny thing was, last time when he only has cut our bushes once, and that was before summer began. And the bushes were a lot taller than they were when they were back then compared to now. The bushes are, a little unmanageable, but they're not as tall as they was. But let's see. But yeah, he didn't need a ladder last time, so I was just like, okay, I guess, whatever. So he said he was going to come back on Saturday. We're like, okay, as long as you are coming back, he does come back. He doesn't bring a ladder. I'm like, okay, no ladder, right? He cuts the bushes without the ladder. So I think that he forgot the chainsaw yet again, to be honest. But let's see. But yeah, he didn't do the best job this time around. The guy like really gotten into our house with the I'm sitting downstairs office, right next to a window. So I didn't know he was there yet. He didn't message my husband that he was on his way this time around. So I'm just sitting there, just minding my own business, and then I just hear right up against the house, and I jump out of my skin. I look up, and the guy is, he's like right there cutting the bushes in front of the window. But what he did was he slammed the chainsaw thing that he had right up against the window pane. Luckily, he didn't scratch it, but holy cow, it scared me. And then he continues to do that against the siding as well. The guy also tore up our window screens. So we got a couple of window screens that are now in need of repair. I'm like, goodness gracious, this guy's just tearing things apart. And then, and I could forgive all of everything that he's did. I could forgive all of that, water off a duck's back and all that stuff. I could forgive it except for one thing. Guys, he ruined my tree. I know it's such a small thing to get so worked up about, but he ruined my Japanese maple tree. Um, we had when we first moved in to the house, they were still doing like landscaping and stuff, and they planted a tree in the front yard that did not make it. I think like past the first or second year. So when we were picking out a tree to plant ourselves, because we looked around and we saw that there wasn't really any rules about what kind of tree we could or couldn't have. So I picked that Japanese maple tree instead because I saw how pretty they were and I really liked the look of them. And when I first planted that tree, it was probably around to my shoulders. It was a small thing. It wasn't the biggest thing, and it's grown so nicely. I would say that it's gotten closer to just a little bit under my husband's height, to be honest. It's now past my height, but with the way he trimmed this tree, he trimmed my tree. Like it had low, long hanging branches. It was going to be on the wider end than the taller end, to be honest. And he's he trimmed it to like an oval or like a bullet shape, I guess would be the best thing. He acted like it was a shrub instead. And just he didn't cut it last time when he came to cut our bushes. He never touched that tree. Um but he touched it this time around. um let's see. But yeah, he. Oh my goodness, the guy destroyed my tree. I'm not happy. I know it's like I said, it's a silly thing because it's going to grow. I know it's going to grow back, but the point was, I was looking forward to start planting some plants underneath it. I wanted to like some plants that just they like shade, and when with how the branches were, they were going to be perfect for that. Now there's no shade underneath there, so I can't plant anything unless it grows back out. And I'm hoping that those lower branches will grow back out for me, because if it doesn't, I am going to be completely devastated. Because that thing took a little 6 years to grow. um, let's see, my husband's trying to tell me it's okay, and it still looks alright, and I know he's lying. He can come out and just say it looks awful. In my opinion, I mean, like, it's okay. It doesn't look terrible, but in my opinion, it looks terrible if it was supposed to be a Japanese maple tree. Right now it's starting to turn green. And it normally does this. I love how red it turns in the spring and summer. Like its leaves are just beautiful in the spring and summer, and then it starts turning a bit green before it loses its leaves around November, December-ish, and then it comes right back out in right around March. So it doesn't lose its leaves for very long. But yeah, I'm still so stuck on the fact that he just kind of just destroyed it altogether. And the funny thing is, he didn't touch our other tree. Of all the trees that he should have touched, the one next to the garage should have been the one that needs a trimming. He didn't touch that one at all. So I don't know. And my husband didn't even tell him, "Hey, I need you to trim the tree." He just did it on his own. And I wasn't paying attention when he was cutting the tree, because I didn't think he was going to do that. I was just sitting there just doing just diamond painting, and I was listening to them break up the branches and stuff and putting them in a pile. And then I hear the chainsaw starting up again. I was like, okay, maybe he's just doing a little bit extra trimming. And then when I looked up, I see him cutting the top half of my tree. And I was just like, my jaw dropped when I saw that. I was just like, he did not. And I was just like, should I go out there? I'm like, it's already too late, but should I go out there? But yeah, I didn't say anything. I only told my husband afterwards, and my husband's like, wait, he did what? I'm like, yeah, he cut our tree. At least he didn't cut it all the way down, but still, he cut a good bit. So I'm hoping it's going to grow, but I'm not sure how well it's going to grow. Because yeah, I know. It's such a silly thing to get stuck on, and I'm not going to yell and complain and scream at him. It's his first year, but at the same time, it's just like, please, dude, you're not giving me he's not exactly trying to inspire me to hire him again next year, and it's like I'm kind of dreading it to hire him again for the next year. But I am going to stop it here for now because it has gone completely dark outside and it is getting really close to the time where I gotta make sure the kids start getting ready for bed. Especially since my alarm's probably going to go off in just the next few minutes or so. But I hope you guys are enjoyed this video. I hope you like it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you want. Otherwise, I will see you guys hopefully sometime later this week. If not, next week. But bye!